Faro's Lounge Kickstarter. That was a big hit. The first Draftkings baseball classic game of the year. First chance to lose some money. They'll let you lose up to $140 to chase 1,000. 8 teams, 4 games. All the lineups are up except there's always one fucking team. One fucking team that has to drag their ass on submitting their lineup card, which means you got to do the lineups and then refresh, which is always really fucking annoying. So we'll have to leave the Cubs for last, and worst case scenario, just fill it in. But we do have the Dodgers. We don't have much of a model yet. We've only had 1 game so far. And we have our DK baseball. Oh, shit. Damn it. Miss you too, sweetheart. Anyway, we always have so far from yesterday's showdown game in our home run algorithm is Gage Workman of the Cubs and Eddie Rosario of the Dodgers. That's all we got so far. We have to add to our list as the games progress. Oh, but I'm not available now. Oh, shit. Damn it. All right. 1 team at a time. We got the Dodgers. Tony Gonsolin on the mound. We're going to click everybody and then work our way basically towards whoever's got the 5 top lineup cards. We like the most contrarian move I always believe in a classic challenge is to max lineup stack. It's the ultimate contrarian move. So you try to take the best 5 cards from each team, the max you can do for every team and the pitcher. So you're doing a 6-4. Essentially, you're doing a 6-4. 6 players from one team and then the 4 best cards you can put in from the other assorted teams. Won me some money before, and hopefully do it again. So let's do it. We got Conforto. We've got Edman, Bonds. We always like to do in terms of if there's a tie and you can't decide on a card, you take the higher guy in the lineup because he's the more likely to get up the most times. We just take them all. Why do we have extra outfielders? So you go to third base. You go to second base. We're making lineups. A lot of shortstop outfielders. Pain in the ass, isn't it? You go to third. The only thing we don't get is Andy Pages. You know what? Why don't we just do it this way? Tony Gonsolin. Scheduled to start Friday's Cactus League game against the Cubs. Gonsolin didn't pitch for the Dodgers in 2024 while spending most of the season recovering from the Tommy John surgery he underwent in September 23. But he's cleared to make 3 rehab starts with AAA Oklahoma City this past September. Though he looked sharp in AAA, Gonsolin was never reinstated from the injured list during the Dodgers' run to the World Series. But that wasn't the result of him suffering any sort of setback. Despite having a normal offseason in addition to owning a sterling 3.19 ERA and 105 whip, over 375 career innings in the big leagues, Gonsolin will have to fight for a spot in a talent-laden Dodgers rotation that lost Jack Flaherty and Walker Buehler in free agency and Gavin Stone to injury, but became even deeper with the additions of Blake Snell and Roki Sasaki and the returns of Shohei Ohtani and Dustin May from Tommy John surgery. The Dodgers plan to open the season with a traditional 5-man rotation before going to a 6-man setup once Ohtani is fully stretched out for starting duty, perhaps at some point in May. So Gonsolin will be competing with Sasaki, May, Bobby Miller, Landon Knack, and Justin Robleski for one of 2 spots. Gonsolin has a minor league option remaining. Since he's 30 years old and has a strong track record in the majors, he would likely work out in the big league bullpen if he misses out on a rotation spot. That's a lot to swallow. All right, so he's our starting pitcher. So again, we have no model yet. Each team gets their starting pitcher. Austin Bonds, no recon. No first baseman for the Dodgers, but 2 over here. We got Kiki, agreed to a 1 year with the Dodgers on Sunday. Hernandez will return to fill a super utility role with the Dodgers, and it is unlikely he secures regular work on such a loaded roster. He slashed 229, 281, 373 with 12 homers, 44 runs, and 42 RBI in 393 plate appearances during the 2024 season, and carries third base and outfield eligibility in most fantasy formats. All right, we've got Kiki and we've got Edman. No recon on Edman. So Kiki's also a third baseman. What else we got going on here at third? We got lots of options. We got Kiki and we got Miguel Rojas. Will start at third base and bat 6 versus the Cubs on Friday in his Cactus League debut. Rojas underwent sports hernia surgery early in the offseason and developed an infection that extended his recovery timeline a bit. While he was slightly behind other Dodgers position players at the start of camp, it appears he's now all caught up. Rojas is projected as a reserve infielder for the Dodgers this season. Reserve infielder. Now we got Rojas and Kiki. We also got Rojas can play short. What we got on Mookie? Anything yet? No recon on Mookie. Chris Taylor. No recon on Chris Taylor. Tommy Edman. We've been here already. So we're going to go with... Now we get to the outfield. Mookie we looked at already. Chris Taylor, I believe we just looked at. No recon on Chris. Mikey Conforto. Nothing on Michael Conforto. Andy Pages. Nothing on Andy Pages. We just got 2 pieces of recon here. We got Kiki and Rojas. Let's go Rojas at third. Kiki at second. Now we need 3 more. So we go in terms of order of the lineup. Mookie Betts. Tommy Edman. So we got to move somebody. Who's got to move? Rojas, you got to go to the outfield. Rojas can't go to the outfield. Betts, you're in the outfield. You're in the outfield. Yes, okay. So Rojas in the outfield. No, Rojas at short. See, this is the fun part. You're playing with your baseball cards. Betts in the outfield. Edman at second. So where's Kiki going? Kiki's got to go to third. Edman's going to second. Kiki's going to third. What do we need? We need the third batter in this lineup, Michael Conforto. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Edman Hernandez, Rojas, Betts, Conforto. That is your Dodger stack. Moving on. Let's do a quick refresh to see if the Cubs put in their lineup card. If not, we'll either withdraw the lineup, or if the game is full, we'll just do a fucking all-star team. They can still withdraw the entry if the Cubs are being cunts. All right, here we go. On to the Texas Rangers. Let's do it this way. Nothing on Nady Eovaldi. He is our starter, though, coming in with Texas. Jonah Heim. Jonah Heim and the Rangers agreed to a 1-year, $4.6 million contract to avoid arbitration. Heim is entering his second year of arbitration eligibility and will earn a $1.5 million raise from 2024. He's coming off a disappointing season as he slugged only 13 homers with a .602 OPS across 491 plate appearances. Heim is currently projected to split time behind the plate with newly acquired Kyle Higashioka in 2025. All right, Heim, get your wrist in there. No first baseman. We've got some lineup switching around here. Marcus Semien. Ezekiel Duran. Thank you. All right, what do we got here? Jake Berger, 29 homers. Hey, like you, Jake. Ezekiel Duran, we read a bit. What do we got here? Josh Jung has no apparent physical limitations to start spring training. Jung had a pair of wrist surgeries in 2024 and was limited to only 188 plate appearances as a result. He reported that he was fully recovered in early January, but that has now been confirmed by his participation in baseball activity early in camp, as Jeff Wilson reported that Jung participated in batting practice this week. All right, Jung, get your ass on third. All right, we looked at all the third basemen. Yes, we did. Shortstop, Simeon, we looked at already. Corey Seager reported to spring training Monday and isn't expected to face any restrictions during camp. The Rangers shut Seager down for the season last September after placing him on the 60-day injured list due to hip soreness, and he was diagnosed with a sports hernia later that month that required surgery. After a roughly 2-month rehab program following his sports hernia surgery, Seager was cleared for baseball activities over the winter and appears to have a relatively normal offseason. While durability remains an annual concern, the 30-year-old shortstop has proven himself to be a four-category standout whenever he's on the field. Like a rock. All right, we got 3. What else we got here? Adolis Garcia reworked his swing during the offseason. The outfielder is coming off a 2024 season during which he posted career lows in average and OPS. As such, Garcia worked to remove a loop at the top of his swing and generally tighten it up. Texas manager Bruce Bochy described the swing as quieter and said Garcia is being more direct to the ball. Bochy also noted the slugger's gait and spring while running the bases, which indicates the patella injury sustained late in 2024 will not be an issue when the Rangers begin Cactus League games. Adolis Garcia. Leody Taveras agreed to a 1-year, $4.75 million contract with the Rangers on Thursday to avoid arbitration. I hate those notifications. The 26-year-old played in a career-high 151 games last season, but had an underwhelming 229, 289, 352 slash line with 12 homers and 23 stolen bases. Taveras is likely to begin 2025 as Texas' number 4 outfielder, assuming Evan Carter, Wyatt Langford, and Adolis Garcia can stay healthy. So we got Leody, and then we got sad Sam Haggerty here. The Rangers signed Haggerty to a minor league contract Monday that includes an invitation to spring training. Haggerty underwent surgery last May to repair a torn right Achilles, and it's not clear what level of participation he'll have in spring training or the start of the season. The switch-hitting utility player has a career .263, .355, .452 batting line versus left-handed pitching, so he can fill a niche role with the Rangers eventually. In a tie here, you go to the higher in the order, Leody Taveras. All right, kids, there's your Texas stack. Moving on, let's see. Once again, we'll give the Cubs a shot. It's always nice to do a refresh, give them a chance. But the Cubs are being cunts. Daniel Lynch. No recon. All right, let's rip through the lineup, kids. Nothing on Brian O'Keefe. Vinny Pasquantino. Nothing on Vincent. Jonathan India is starting in left field and batting leadoff Friday versus the Rangers in the Royals Cactus League opener. It was known that India would be getting reps in the outfield during camp, but it's interesting that his first start in the spring is in left field. India has never played anywhere other than second base at the major league level, and the Keystone could still be his primary position this season. However, India getting starts in left field opens up second base for Michael Massey, who will start at that position Friday. Jonathan India. We got here on Michael Massey? Nothing. Nada. Not a fucking thing. Nothing at third going on here. Shortstop, Bobby Witt Jr. No recon, but great numbers. Nick Lofton. Nada. Hunter Renfroe. Great football player. Well, decent football player. He won me 10 grand, so I can never argue with fucking Hunter Renfroe. Kyle Isbell agreed to a 1-year, $175 million contract, $1.75 million contract with the Royals on Thursday to avoid arbitration. Isbell will receive a $1 million raise in his first year of arbitration eligibility after slashing 229, 287, 367 with 42 RBI and 11 stolen bases across 136 regular season games last year. While he's expected to start regularly in the outfield again in 2025, the 27-year-old career-long lack of offensive production means he can be left off fantasy managers' radars. Eesh. Well, he gets a shot today in a contrarian move. Nelson Velasquez. All right, we need 3 spots to fill. India's already taken. Who is our number 2 hitter in the lineup today? We literally go this way. We have 2 spots. We have 3 spots open. So Bobby Witt Jr., Vinny Pasquantino, and Hunter Renfroe. There is your Kansas City stack. Moving on. Refresh. We give the Cubs every chance they have to be involved. Or they can take my $10 and shove it up their ass. All right, here we go. Colorado stack. Here we go. Bradley Blaylock. No recon. Hunter Goodman. Not likely to start more than twice a week as Colorado's catcher to begin the season. Goodman has performed adequately as a pitch framer, but also boasts a strong arm, though he is still subpar defensively behind the plate. That will limit his playing time at the position, and his career 59 across 301 plate appearances isn't likely to convince the Rockies to force him into the lineup elsewhere. Goodman could stick on the opening day roster as a bench bat, but it appears he will find playing time hard to come by. Initially, that sucks. Keston Hiura. Signed to a minor league contract Wednesday that includes an invitation to spring training. Hiura went 4 for 27 during his brief time with the Angels last season and sported a .943 OPS with 26 homers at the AAA level in 2024. It's conceivable that the former top prospect wins an opening day roster spot, but Hiura will more likely begin the year at AAA Albuquerque. What we got here? Nothing on Kyle Farmer. Nothing on Ryan McMahon. Adiel Amador. No recon. Nolan Jones. No recon. Sean Bouchard underwent surgery on his handmate bone in early November and enters spring training fully healthy. There weren't many details provided about the injury, and it's unclear if the issue contributed to Bouchard's disappointing 2024 season. He was limited to only 108 plate appearances in the majors, during which he boasted just a 56-win WRC. He's likely entering spring training as a long shot to start in right field, but he has a chance to earn a roster spot as a reserve outfielder. So he's motivated. He's in the lineup. Brendan Doyle. Oh, Doyle rules. Jordan Beck is being considered the lead candidate to begin the 2025 season as the team's starting right fielder. Saunders notes that the Rockies enter spring camp excited about Beck and the opportunity he has in front of him to take a step forward in 2025 after struggling to a 188 average with 3 home runs, 13 RBI, 7 stolen bases, and 14 runs during his rookie campaign. We have some good, exciting talent coming up. Now is a matter of when they pop. Beck is feeling confident in his ability to land the starting job, stating, I just need to go out there and play because I know what I can do. I can hit singles, I can hit doubles, and I can hit homers. I can steal bases, and I can play good defense. I don't think it has to be more complicated than that. You notice he didn't say anything about hitting fucking trippers. We got one spot open right there, leadoff hitter, Brenton Doyle. There is your Colorado stack. We gotta refresh and give the Cubs a chance. The fucking stupid Cubs. Looks like it's gonna be an all-star team. All right, Arizona stack. Corbin Burns. Manager Torey Lovullo said Tuesday that Burns will start Friday's spring opener against the Rockies. Burns, who worked the spring opener for Baltimore in 2024, wants the ball for his new team's Cactus League opener and will get it. The right-hander signed a 6-year, $210 million deal with the Diamondbacks in December and appears primed to step in as the staff ace. All right. Fuck shit up, Corbin Burns. Corbin Burns is going to fuck some shit up. Gabriel Moreno. Sneaky Pete Smith. Pavin Smith, expected to serve as left-handed bat in a platoon at designated hitter this season. Smith will fill the role occupied by Jock Peterson last season, with Peterson moving on in free agency. Smith is a logical choice to face righties, against whom he posted a .920 OPS over 135 plate appearances last season. He's bounced between the majors and minors the last few seasons, but Smith's second-half surge in 2024 reaffirmed manager Torey Lovullo's oft-stated belief that he can hit. The 29-year-old described the change in his mental approach, noting he was not trying to beat the ball to spots, which translates to not trying to do too much with a pitch. Smith is not expected to see much time in the outfield, but could get some opportunities at first base. What the hell's this? Okay, good. where his defense is passable. His primary role, however, will be that of a strong side platoon at DH. Ooh, Pavin's here to play. Ketel Marte, no recon. Eugenio Suarez, 30 fucking home runs. Hello. Geraldo Perdomo agreed to a 4-year, $45 million contract extension with the Diamondbacks on Monday. The club is getting a great deal on Perdomo's services in 2025 after agreeing to a $2.55 million contract to avoid arbitration. That number will jump to $5 million in 2026, $8 million in 2027, $11 million in 2028, and $13 million in 2029, per John Heyman of The Post. The 25-year-old shortstop is coming off the best season of his young big league career, batting .273 with 3 home runs, 37 RBI, non-stolen bases, and 10 attempts and 61 runs scored over 98 games. Perdomo's combination of strong shortstop defense and good plate skills allows him to provide more real-life value than fantasy value. He's one of those Moneyball studs, huh? It's a loaded outfield. Yeah. Randall Grichuk agreed to a 1-year, $5 million deal with the Diamondbacks on Tuesday. Grichuk can earn up to $5.5 million through incentives in the deal. The 33-year-old declined his mutual option with Arizona at the end of October, but he now returns after appearing in 106 games during 2024. Grichuk generated an impressive .876 OPS across 279 plate appearances last season, just shy of the career-best .877 he posted in 2015 for St. Louis. The right-handed veteran balances a lineup that skews lefties and should fill a short side platoon role at designated hitter in 2025, considering his .319 average and .914 OPS over 184 plate appearances versus Southpaws a season ago. Depending on how well Pavin Smith and others handle right-handed pitching as part of a DH platoon, there could be additional opportunities for Grichuk. Josh Naylor agreed to a 1-year, $10.9 million contract with the Diamondbacks on Thursday to avoid arbitration. Naylor slashed .243, .320, .456 with 31 home runs and 109 RBI with the Guardians last season. Good enough to secure a $4.3 million salary increase entering his first year in Arizona. With Christian Walker now in Houston, Naylor is expected to handle most of the workload at first base. We got 4. Jake McCarthy, son of Cowboys coach Mike McCarthy. Alec Thomas. Diamondbacks hitting coach Joe Mathis said Friday that Thomas worked on his pre-swing activity during the offseason. Specifically, Thomas' adjustments included a slightly lower leg kick along with being more consistent with his stride and direction. He feels the cleaner mechanics will result in a hard-line drives with gap-to-gap power. Thomas hit the ball with authority last season, but mostly on the ground. The outfielder, who was healthy entering spring training after missing significant time in 2024, begins camp as the number 2 center fielder and will compete with Jake McCarthy for the starting job. Alec is in. We've got our 5. That, ladies and gentlemen, is your Diamondback stack. Moving on, Seattle. We reload to give the Cubbies a chance. Seattle stack, ladies and gentlemen. Jonathan Diaz agreed Wednesdays with the Mariners on a minor league contract that includes an invitation to spring training. Seattle removed Diaz from its 40-man roster earlier this month, and after he elected free agency upon cleaning waivers, the 28-year-old will now rejoin the Mariners for the start of spring training. He'll presumably get the opportunity to compete for a spot in the opening day bullpen as a long reliever. The Mariners boast a talented rotation that has all 5 members healthy heading into spring training. But Diaz's prior big league starting experience could put him high on the list for a spot of start if injuries in the rotation stack up at any point. He made 5 appearances for Seattle in 2024, covering 9.2 innings and allowing 5 earned runs on 14 hits and 3 walks while striking out 8. Jonathan Diaz. Mitch Carver. Nothing. Cal Raleigh agreed to a 1-year, $5.6 million contract with the Mariners on Thursday, to avoid arbitration. Raleigh will receive $4.8 million salary bump in his first year of arbitration eligibility after setting career highs with 34 home runs and 100 RBI in 2024. While his career .218 batting average remains an issue for fantasy managers, the 28-year-old's power and consistent playing time make him well worth rostering in 2025. Shenton. Austin Shenton Baum. Tyler Locklear. Ryan Bliss. Would you kiss Ryan Bliss? We've looked at Locklear. J.P. Crawford. Not a lot of recon here so far for the Mariners. Randy Arozarena. And the Mariners avoided arbitration by agreeing to a 1-year, $11.3 million contract Thursday. This was Arozarena's third of 4 salary arbitration years. The veteran outfielder posted an underwhelming .219, .332, .388 batting line during 2024, but did register his 4th straight 2020 campaign. He'll be the Mariners' left fielder and hit in the middle of their lineup in 2025. Danny fucking Canzone. Dominic Canzone over here, right? You don't think he's from New York? You don't think he's from the fucking neighborhood? Julio Rodriguez. All right, we have 3 spots open. So go right to the beginning of the lineup. Eguy Rosario, Connor Joe. Oh, that's wrong. Wrong team. So J.P. Crawford, Julio Rodriguez, and Dominic fucking Canzone. There is your Seattle stat. And now San Diego. All right, looks like we're not going to be getting the Cubbies. We'll have one more chance. Ryan Berger. Who we got here? Elias Diaz signed a 1-year, $3.5 million contract with the Padres on Tuesday. Diaz joined the Padres on a minor league deal in late August after being released by the Rockies. After being promoted, the former All-Star appeared in 24 games for San Diego, but he recorded just 4 hits across 21 at-bats. He became the team's number 2 catcher behind Kyle Higashioka, following Luis Campusano's demotion to AAA El Paso into September. Diaz would remain the backup catcher for the postseason roster. With Higashioka now on the Rangers, Diaz is a shot to be the opening day lineup for the Padres, with his new contract includes a mutual option for 2026 and is pending a physical. Diaz. Connor Joe and Jason Hayward are expected to platoon in left field for the Padres this season. After All-Star outfielder Jurickson Profar signed with Atlanta in late January, the Padres signed Joe and Hayward on the same day in early February. It appears the plan is to have the pair platoon in left field, though AC suggests the direction could change depending on how the players perform in spring training. If Joe is part of a platoon, he'll serve on the short side, though his splits weren't as dramatic last year. He had a .670 OPS against right-handed pitching and a .715 OPS versus southpaws. Oh, it's annoying. Fucking hangnail. I just gotta. Oh, drive me nuts. Gavin Sheets signed a minor league contract with the Padres on Sunday that includes an invite to big league spring training. The 28-year-old was a non-tendered by the White Sox in November after he finished the 2024 campaign with a .233, .303, .357 slash line in 139 games. Sheets will provide some organizational depth at first base and the corner outfield, with his clearest path to a roster spot likely being a designated hitter. Mr. Sheets, Tyler Wade, Eguy Rosario, Macho Manny is 100% at the beginning of spring training following his normal offseason in a couple of years. They pay these guys, they're never healthy. Machado dealt with some lingering tennis elbow during the 2023 campaign as well as that offseason, and then last winter was recovering from surgery to repair the elbow. This was the first time he was able to have a normal offseason routine since prior to the 2022 season and the year he slashed 298, 366, 531 while finishing runner-up in the NL MVP voting. Machado was still quite productive each of the last 2 years, but his numbers could be due for an uptick in 2025. Well, Mr. Manny Machado. You got Rosario. Tyler Wade, we already looked at. Tirso or Nealis. And finally, Brock Lesnar Lockridge. All right, what do we got? We got one opening here. You got Rosario. That is your San Diego stack. And one last chance for the Cubbies. One last chance, Cubbies. Any lineup card. Fuck the Cubs. This will be our all-star team. Remember, brought to you by the new Faro's Lounge Kickstarter. Buy a book, you cocksuckers. Anyway, let's start with the all-star team, which I usually put in one of those, like, games where you play for like $25 and one person wins 100. But we'll do it here and play for the 1,000. In terms of our all-star team, well, the only thing we have here is the pitcher for the Cubs. Jordan Wicks through a live batting practice session Wednesday. Wicks finished last season on the injured list after straining his right oblique for the second time in just over 3 months back in September. But he looks to be back to full health in the early stages of spring training. The 25-year-old southpaw started in 10 of his 11 appearances with the Cubs in 2024, but after struggling to stay healthy and performing poorly when available, he'll have to compete for a spot on the opening day rotation if healthy. In the spring, if healthy, Shota Imanaga, Justin Steele, Jameson Taillon, and Matthew Boyd should all be locked in as starters, leaving Wicks to battle Javier Assad, Colin Ray, Ben Brown, and Cody Petit for the final rotation step. Well, Cody Petit, fuck him. He cost me money yesterday. He played like shit. And fuck Jordan Wicks. In terms, we read all these cards. We all know our best pitcher is going to be Corbin Burns. So Corbin Burns is going to be our guy that we fill in as the top pitcher in every lineup except for the Colorado stack, because you can't play him 100% because then you're basically fucking yourself. So the one team where you have the stack that's against them, you don't run. You run your second choice at ace. We're taking a look again. Gonsolin, Eovaldi. Gonsolin's probably the top guy because he's a Dodger. Lynch. Blaylock. Was anybody else impressive? It was Jonathan Diaz, I think, maybe. You got Gonsolin, who's trying to earn his spot in a very talented Dodger rotation, so the pressure is on. Jonathan Diaz, also, they're saying that the Seattle Mariners are healthy. We don't have any Cubbies listed, so maybe he's putting in the fucking B team. But the unknown is a little scary. So if Gonsolin goes out there and gets fucking yelked. So it really comes down to Diaz or Gonsolin as my second pitcher. Long reliever. Jonathan Diaz, big league experience. Gonsolin. He was on the injury. He was never reinstated from the injury list. So this guy doesn't have a World Series ring. But he is playing for a spot. He was injured all last year, so maybe he's trying to get fresh, loosen up the fucking demons. Gonsolin it is. Gonsolin's going to be my number 2. Burns, Gonsolin. Diaz. Gonsolin. Berger. Oh, no, Burns. It's Burns every time. Burns is the first guy, not Gonsolin. Gonsolin's number 2. It's Burns. Burns is my pitcher everywhere except the Colorado stack. Okay, good. When in doubt, you take fucking Dodger. And Gonsolin. All right, in terms of catchers. Heim was interesting, but who did we really like? Goodman was decent. That was really a good card. Cal Raleigh, I think, was our guy. Yes, Cal Raleigh is our catcher. Fill them in where they fill in. See, it's a little easier in spring training because everybody's got the same salary. But it's really about just getting the bet. The problem is, while you have the advantage, so does all your opponents. Cal Raleigh. All right, first base. What do we like here at first? Pasquantino had no recon. Vera was interesting. Pavin Smith was our guy. He's that one on the platoon. Pavin Smith and Connor Joe, but Connor Joe is also an outfielder. So Pavin Smith. Pavin Smith. Pavin. We're paving with Pavin Smith. Second base. Back to the beginning here. Edmund, no recon. Jonathan India had some recon. He's playing for a new team. He's got to impress. We have no other second baseman. Guy Rosario was a fill-in. It looks like the winner is Jonathan India. I got to finish this up and go hang out with my dad and go watch the Jack Reacher marathon. Jack Reacher. The new season of Jack Reacher came out yesterday. Little thing me and my dad did. We watch all the Jack Reacher seasons. All right, third base. Kiki was Jung was No fucking third. Manny Machado. There we go. Manny Machado. He's our third baseman. Macho Manny. I've got to be a macho man. That team is done. I like that team so much. We're going to throw that in the $8 game and go after one of those. Let's go after one of those baseball fucking tickets. Let's go after a best ball ticket. Bang. Let's go after that best ball fucking shit, man. All right, third base, Manny Machado. This is our Seattle stack. I can't say the Seattle stack got me too excited. So if it wins, it wins. Now we need a shortstop. Oh shit, I shouldn't have clicked those. Fuck me. Seager. Bobby Witt. Seager was the one whose name showed up. Ah, fuck. What did I do? All right, hang on. So Rojas, Suarez. Simeon Seager was the most impressive story, I think. Perdomo, they said, was showed up. Perdomo showed up. Shit, I forgot about that. Forgot about that party tonight. Seager. Seager or Perdomo? Seager's the 30 home run hitter. Get back on his shit. All right, Seager's the way to go there. It's short. Rojas, Seager, Bobby Witt. We didn't put Machado in here. We forgot to put Machado in. Now Seager. They got the outfield I thought was interesting. Bouchard, Beck, Doyle, but I keep forgetting. Don't click these until they're all done. I'm a shithead. We're just getting back into the swing of things here. But we're going to enter this Colorado. No, this is Colorado. They're going up against Corbin Burns. Fuck that shit. Oh, yeah, because that's at the contest there. No, we don't want the Mariners one. Going against Corbin Burns, though. I'll play for that $1 game. To get to go for that best ball ticket. All right. Shortstop, Corey Seager. Now the outfield. So again, I shouldn't have clicked those things. What do we like? We liked Grychuk, Naylor. Grychuk I like. He's playing for a job. Connor Joe is also interesting. Bouchard. Sheets, Haggerty. Goodman. I liked Naylor. I thought Naylor was an outfielder. There he is, Josh Naylor. It's my first choice at outfielder. Then it would be Grychuk. So Naylor, Grychuk, and I'm pretty sure Connor Joe. He's the one playing for that fucking job, man. Or was it Bouchard that we liked? Oh no, it was Jeff Beck, the one that was saying all that shit about himself. I'm fucking great and I can do this. I'll hit the ball. I'll steal the fucking bases. I'll hit the doubles, hit the fucking triples. This is the guy. This is the guy. I can hit doubles. I can hit homers. All right, this is our guy. Naylor, Grychuk, Beck. That's our all-star team right there. All right. So we're going to take one from each team here. We're going to take Naylor and Beck. I'm a Beck fan. Grychuk is third. Naylor's first. Beck is second. Grychuk third. Naylor. Oh, one of these lineups worth $1,000, ladies and gentlemen. A nice cold hard cash G spot. Naylor. It's the Cactus League, ladies and gentlemen. Arizona's right at home. And finally, Naylor. Ladies and gentlemen, you have your lineups. Where the hell's Naylor hiding? Josh Naylor. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. May fate and fate decide your fortune, and if you should win $1,000 and beat me for it, come spend it right over here on the new favorite.